Hello everybody. If anybody doesn't know my name, I'm Tatiana, but I hope you already know my name. So we all like to watch movies, and probably most of us. And we also like to go to the movie theater with our family or friends. And so we go to the theater, we buy a ticket and probably buy some popcorn or soda, and we just sit on the seat and enjoy the movie. But today we will see it from a little bit other perspective, and we will learn about how the movie actually is made available for the audience to watch. And today I will talk about movie distribution, and I will talk about how it actually works, about the art of the deal, or about the distribution agreement, and also about the theater lease agreement. So let's start with. So it starts from, actually I will talk about some steps. It's in general. So it starts that someone has an idea for a movie. Then the independent investor or studio buys the rights for the film, and then the people brought together to the crew, like the director, producer, cast, and whatever. And then they make a film and they send the completed film to the studio. Then the studio makes a licensing agreement with the distribution company. The distribution company decide how many copies or prints to make, and they show the film for prospective buyers that represent the theaters. And when they find out these prospective buyers, they make the lease agreement with the theaters. When the theater receives the prints, they decide for how many weeks they will show the movie. It's called the engagement, and probably it's about 4 weeks. And when they see the movie, they will show the movie, and like people buy tickets, and then after the 4 weeks are completed, the theater send prints back to the distribution company, and they make the payment on the lease agreement. So this is just the steps it's made available. But now I want to more specifically talk about the distribution agreement, because it's one of the most important steps in distribution film. So distribution agreement based on two financial models is leasing and profit sharing. So leasing basically is the distributor agrees to pay the fixed amount to the distributor agreed to pay the fixed amount for the rights to distribute the movie. But if the studio and distribution company have profit-sharing relationships, so distribution gets a percentage of the next profit from the movie. So both of these can be good, but now most distribution companies use profit-sharing because it's more successfully, and it also depends on how well the movie will work on for the audience. So. Also with the profit-sharing relationships, the distribution company got the ancillary rights, which means it not only distribute movie in a movie theater, but also to distribute on for example, on a TV or a network. Also, it can include to distribute some soundtracks or other merchandising, also like toys and everything else. So the next big step is the strategy for opening the movie, and it's some factors to consider. So first of all, is the studio. The distribution company should make sure that the studio that they have big support from the studio. Also the target audience, or the audience for which they lease the movie, and star power, like famous actors and others. Also the buzz, it means the official or unofficial information about the movie. And the season, for example, I think it's not very good to show the movie, to show the Christmas movie on the Memorial weekend. So the next step is when the distributor, because of all these factors, distributor determines how many prints or copies makes. and each print cost about $1,500 to $2,000. So, for example, if it wants to show that 3,000 screens, it costs about $6 million. Most theaters use buyers to represent them. Some big distribution company usually employ the buyers, but or some independent like studios also just contract with the buyers. So the buyers have a negotiating process with distribution company, and they decide about the engagement and others important stuff. It also some theaters can get the exclusive or special engagement, for presentations in movie. For example, when for some theaters kind of stars to show the movie or to represent the movie, and they discuss the lease terms for the movie. So it was an agreement between studio and distribution company. Now the next and last most important is agreement between theater and distribution company. So there are two ways for theater to lease the movie. Is bidding, which means that theater agreed to pay a fixed amount for the right to show the movie. For example, it might be $100,000, and then the movie can they can make a profit for they can make 1,025 whatever. So they can make a profit or they can lose this money. But also it's a percentage of the box office, and most of the theaters and distribution companies use this one. So in this sort of deal, the distributor and the theater agree to several terms. They discuss the house allowance, which means the expenses theater use, and they split the percentage for the net box and percentage split for the gross box. And they also discuss the length of engagement. For example, you can sometimes you can see that that movie for held over. It means that they decide to extend the lease agreement. So actually, the one important is the movie itself considered as a loss leader. It means that to get people into the theater. So usually the popcorn and other stuff is just they make money to get the money for others, because just for selling tickets they cannot make that money and to cover all they invest. So at the end of the negotiating engagement, the theater pays the distributor. They return to the prints to the distribution company. And as I said, it's held over. It means that the lease is extended. So, movie distribution is a long and hard process, and it includes a lot of steps and a lot of money. So, and you probably can say the tickets sometimes can be very at a very high price or something like that. But the Walt Disney said that we don't make movies to make money. We make money to make more movies. Thank you.